Hello, morning, madam. As we today for our group, we have some for everything for today is talking about affect and personality and socializing in planning and implementing lessons. So this is for our team, and actually, for first really is definition. Firstly, its definition is personality that we are combination with the personality to predispose with something with having traits, traits and characteristic with behaviors. We should define how the person interacts with the environment and others. So for definition, is socialization is lifelong. The process is true for individuation in or into the individuals learn and internalize the norms. For example, is for instance of the teacher who grow up in culture and develop collaboration might prioritize for group activities in their lessons. Conversely, a teacher and the individualistic culture may focus more independent for learning tasks. Okay, next is second is socialization. Socialization is to process and through which individual in learn internalize for society norms and value for behaviors. Some of this is socialization is lifelong process which individual will learn for internalize for the norms and learn to internalize the norms of value of customs and behaviors of the society of all or group. This is this is why we learn to interact with others and identify culture for expectation and and for teachers and socialization shapes they are related. For example, is essence of the teacher grew up in a culture that values cooperation might be prioritized for group activities in their lesson. Obviously, a teacher for an individualistic culture may focus more on independent learning tasks.
Okay, my part is there has a several factors that contribute to the planning and implementations of a lesson, which is the first one is learning objective. Clearly defined goals for what students should know or be able to do by the end of the lesson. Learning objectives must to be in line with the standard and expectations of the curriculums and be smart, specific, measurable, achieve, relevant, and time-bound. In order for students to understand what they are expected to learn and how they will evaluate them, learning objectives should also be properly stated to them. Okay, number two is content and resources. Availability of teaching aids, technology, textbooks, or other resources needed for the lessons. Your resources and content should be accurate, pertinent, interesting, and suitable for your students' level and experience to accommodate various learning needs, preference, and style. Resources and content should also be differentiated and varied to convey your content and resources. For instance, you can use text, films, picture, audio, games, simulations, experiments, demonstrations, or hand-on activities. Number three is instructional strategy. The instructional strategy or how you will teach and facilitate the learning objectives should be the third considerations when creating a lesson plan. Effective pedagogical concepts and practice should serve as the foundation for instructional strategies that are appropriate for the learners, resources, and content. In order to promote student participation, engagement, and feedback, instructional statistics should also be collaborative and interactive. To put your teaching ideas into practice, you can employ direct instructions, inquiry-based learning, cooperative learning, problem-based learning, or project-based learning, for instance. Number four is assessment methods. Deciding how to measure student learning and success, whether through formative or summative assessment. 2. Being in line with the learning objective and instructional strategies, assessment techniques should be transparent, fair, legitimate, and dependable in order to give continuous and conclusive feedback to students' learning and development. Assessment techniques should also be formative and summative. To perform your assessment methods, for instance, you can utilize examinations, quiz, assignments, projects, portfolio presentation, or self-assessment. Number 5 is time management. The amount of time available for the lesson and how to structure it effectively within that timeline. Realistic, adaptable, and effective time management should consider the lesson length and structure, the activities, tempo and flow, the break and transitions, as well as any potential difficulties or interruptions. For the lesson plan to be carried out successfully and without hiccups, time management should also be observed and modified. Reflection and improvement. The teacher will evaluate the lesson effectiveness and make improvements and reflect it on prior lessons to identify areas for improvement or to build on prior knowledge.
Good morning, madam. Today, I want to briefly discuss how considering student personalities and social needs can enhance lesson planning and create a more effective learning environment. First, differentiated instruction is key. We all know that students have unique learning styles. Some might drill in groups, while others prefer independent work. By offering a mixed group-based and solo activities and using visual, auditory, or hands-on materials, teachers can cater to these diverse preferences, ensuring every student is engaged. Next, collaborative learning is vital for fostering social skills. When students work in groups, they not only learn the content but also develop teamwork and communication skills. Teachers can optimize this experience by pairing students with complementary personalities, for example, matching quieter students with more outgoing ones, to encourage positive peer interactions. Role-playing and simulation activities are also powerful tools. By stepping into different roles, whether historical figures or characters, students can explore different perspectives, build empathy, and experiment with social behaviors in a safe environment. Moreover, classroom discussion and debates provide a platform for students to express their opinions. Teachers can structure this so that all students, including quieter ones, have a chance to share their ideas, helping balance participation and promoting critical thinking. Finally, self-reflection activities encourage students to think about how their personalities impact their learning and interaction with peers. This process fosters self-awareness and emotional intelligence, essential for both academic success and positive social development. In conclusion, understanding personality and socialization allows teachers to create an inclusive, engaging classroom where every student can thrive. By recognizing individual needs and promoting positive interaction, we not only support academic growth but also emotional and social development.